Hello Internet, this is your daily dose of data science. Today we are going to look at how to remove duplicates from your pandas data frame. Please consider subscribing and let's get this party started. Here I have a sample data frame that contains rows which are duplicated. So you have this row here, these three rows are duplicates, and these three rows are duplicates. And some of the data from this phone column are also duplicated, and those phone numbers I think are not part of these rows that are duplicated. So our task today is to remove duplicates from the phone number, because our client wants only the records in this data frame having only unique phone numbers, and we'll also need to remove these duplicates. So I'm going to show you ways of a way of identifying duplicates and ways of removing duplicates from your pandas data frame. So the first way would be to look at what's duplicated. So there is a method in pandas called duplicated, and duplicated is going to show you the rows that are repeated. For example, we have row 11, row 12 are repeated, and row 14 is repeated. Row 10 is not repeated because the algorithm starts from top to bottom, and by the time it reaches row 10 is not repeated, but when it hits row 11 is repeated because row 10 already exists with the same information throughout. So the first thing we may be tempted to do to drop duplicates while using the duplicated method in the data frame is to do this. So df dot duplicated equals to false. So by meaning false, when we have false here, it means that these rows are not duplicated, and then true means that the row is duplicated. So here we want to convert this false to true, so that we are only subsetting where there is false, and then where there is when it is true we are not going to get it. So when you look at this data frame now, we don't have duplicates based on the rows, but there could be duplicates on the phone. But there is also another method that is commonly used to drop duplicates, and it is called drop duplicates. So when you do data frame dot drop duplicates, it's going to work the same way as what we have done here. It identifies the duplicates and then it drops them. So we're going to use this because it is a method that is developed inside the class of pandas data frame that will help us to do it. And remember, as I always insist, the methods that are developed for us are most likely going to be more efficient than the methods that we develop ourselves. So this for us to persist this data in the in the df data frame, we're going to use we're going to use in place equals to true. But first, before we do that, there are cases where if you're given a data set like this, and your client would want you to remove the duplicates based on the accounts. Let's take, for example, phone number is account and date is when the account was created. We want you to drop the duplicates based on the accounts and remaining with only data that is recent. For example, if you have duplicated data, I can look for, I think this is duplicated 8953 and 8953, this is duplicated. They want you to have one phone number remaining, drop the rest, and you're going to remain with the most recent information for the account that is created. So you're going to drop the information that is old from the data set. So let's first before you do this, you'll need to first sort your data. So you're going to first sort this data before you drop the duplicates. Let's sort values, then by the date. and then after sorting the values, we are going to persist the output into the df variable. So in place equals to true, and voila, if you look at this data frame, you're going to find that it is sorted, and it is sorted from the most old data to, I mean the most, this is, yeah, to the most recent. So this is most old to the most recent data is here. January 28th is the most recent, and then January 1st is the oldest data. So now we will need to drop duplicates, but we are going to define on how to keep, on what to keep. So this is data frame dot drop duplicates. Then we are going to keep last, because the last, based on what we have here, the last record is the one that that is the most recent information based on the requirement. So keep last, then we're going to have in place equals to true. To persist the output, this output here will be persisted into this variable here. We run that, we are not going to see the output in place. Drop duplicates. Yep. So data frame. So this data frame here has no duplicates, and the duplicates that I'm talking about that we have removed are full row duplicates. If you look back here, up here, we're seeing that the whole of this row is duplicated with this and this. So we have removed those rows that are fully duplicated, but the phone number in this case is considered as an account, and we don't want phone number to be duplicated. We want phone numbers to be fully unique. So the instruction is keep the most recent information of an account and drop the rest. So what we're going to do now is to first check if there is duplicates in the phone number. So we're going to say this phone dot duplicated, and we can see this record 4 is duplicated and record 12 is duplicated. If we do df and then 4 here, 8953 is duplicated with this one. Where is it? Yeah, this 8953. So that was 4, and then 12 is 6574 is duplicated with this 6574. So the instruction is to drop the rest. So this was on 2nd of January. We're going to drop this, and then we're going to keep this one off on 22nd of January. So what we're going to do is data frame dot drop duplicates, and we are going to keep last, but remember, drop duplicates, this is not the bracket that I was looking for. Remember, drop duplicates will drop the whole rows, but we want to subset it to only the columns that we'll want to look at. So we do subset equals to a list, and it should be phone. For this case, we are only looking at a phone, but the subset can take a list of columns that you want to look at the duplicates. For example, you may find that the data has eligibility with the phone, so the name and the phone duplicated, and you want to only subset only the 2 columns, then you'd add the 2 columns here. But for this case, we're going to have only the phone, because it's the one that we're looking at. We keep last, and then we're going to persist that information into the variable df. So we're going to say in place equals to true. So our final data frame is this, and this is now what we're going to return to the client as the clean data that is not having any duplicates based on the criteria. Yeah, so we have reached the end for today. That's it for dropping duplicates, and we have also hit our goal for getting 100 subscribers this month. I appreciate you so much. And now our new goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Please consider subscribing if you are not yet subscribed. Till tomorrow, learn something, teach someone. Bye.